Hello everyone, welcome back to 7th session of the 3rd chapter, that is transistor amplifier. In the last few sessions, we saw the different configurations of transistor which can be used as an amplifier, that is the common base amplifier, common collector amplifier and the common emitter amplifier. We also saw the DC and the AC analysis of the common emitter amplifier. Apart from that, we also solved some of the problems regarding this CE amplifier. So in this session, we are going to see what is called as the power amplifier. And we are also going to see the classifications of this power amplifiers. Generally, the small signal amplifier, which is called as the voltage amplifier, is used to convert the small input voltage into an enlarged output voltage. But sometimes the output of this voltage amplifier will not be able to drive the motor or the loudspeaker, which is considered as a load. Drive the motor ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಥವಾ drive the loudspeaker ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The output of this amplifier has to be connected to the motor or the loudspeaker in order to turn on that particular devices or in order to make those devices work. Let us consider an example of a robot. ರೋಬೋಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರದಂತ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮಿಟಿ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತರದಂತ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಂಬೆಡೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ರೋಬೋಟ್. So as and when the sensor is producing an output, that output has to be given to the motor, which is nothing but a servo motor which is present in the robot. ಆ ಸರ್ವೋ ಮೋಟರ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸೆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸಾಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. That voltage that is coming from the sensor will be in terms of millivolts or microvolts. So ಆ millivolts ಅಥವಾ microvolts ಒಂದು ಮೋಟರ್ನ ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. So what we are going to do is, we are going to use another type of amplifier, what is called as the power amplifier, which helps in increasing the power of the input signal. So ಈ power amplifier ಗೆ ಏನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ದ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ that output, that is the output of this power amplifier will help in driving the motor, that is the servo motor in an example of a robot, or a loudspeaker which helps in turning on that particular motor or a loudspeaker. Initially the power amplifier ಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ನಮಗೆ in terms of volts. ಆದರೆ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ the output of those particular amplifiers will be very very small. So what we are going to do is, these voltage amplifiers will be preceded to the power amplifiers. ಹಾಗಂದ್ರೆ the power amplifier is the last stage of the amplifier circuit. Amplifier circuit ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ we are not going to use only a single block of amplifier. Instead, we are going to use a number of amplifier circuits together to give a required output which can help in driving the loudspeaker. If I am going to consider this as a loudspeaker and this as a power amplifier, preceded to these power amplifiers will be having a number of voltage amplifiers. So ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಪವರ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ಸ್ ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ there will be a number of voltage amplifiers. So whatever the signal has been sensed, that will be given as input for the first amplifier circuit, and output of this will be connected as the input for the second amplifier, and the output of the second amplifier will be given as input for the third amplifier circuit. The output of this third amplifier has to be in terms of volts. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಮಿಲಿ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸು ಮೈಕ್ರೋವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸು ಈ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್, but even that voltage will not be able to drive that particular loudspeaker. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ that will be given to another type of amplifier, what is called as the power amplifier, which will be always present at the last stage of the multi-stage amplifier circuit. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. We are going to use a multi-stage amplifier circuits in which the power amplifier will always be preceded with more number of voltage amplifiers. ಯೂಶಲಿ 2 ಅಥವಾ 2ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್. ಸೊ ದ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನೌ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಅ ಲೌಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಅ ಮೋಟಾರ್. ಮೋಟರ್ಗಾರು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಲೌಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಗಾರು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ರೋಬೋಟ್, as soon as the output is provided from the loudspeaker to the motor, that is a servo motor, whenever the robot comes in front of an obstacle, then the motor helps in turning the robot either towards the left or towards the right or ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಥರ ಮೋಟರ್ ರೋಬೋಟನ್ನ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ರೋಬೋಟನ್ನ ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಇನ್ ದ robots. As the name suggests, the main job of a power amplifier to increase the power of the input signal and deliver it to the load. The load can be anything, that can either be a loudspeaker or simply a motor. This power amplifier works on the basic principle of converting the DC power drawn from the power supply and supplying that to the AC output voltage, which helps in driving the load. So e power amplifier na can also be called as the DC to AC converter, which is entirely controlled with the help of the input signal. So ಏನು ಪವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಪವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂದ DC ಪವರ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ that will be given to the AC output voltage, which helps in driving the output load. ಆದರೆ efficiency terms ಬಂದಾಗ the efficiency of this particular power amplifier will be poor. Ideally ಅಥವಾ ದ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ದ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಪ್ರಾಕ್ಸಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ 100% ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್, ದ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ವಿಲ್ reduce to a larger extent because the power will be dissipated in the form of heat, or some of the power will be consumed by the amplifier circuit itself. So the formula for the efficiency of this power amplifier can be given by efficiency, which is given by power delivered to the load divided by DC power drawn from the supply, which can be written as PAC divided by PDC. That is, the power which is delivered to the load, that will be in terms of AC, and the power which is drawn from the power supply, that will be equal to DC. So this power amplifier converts the DC power which is drawn from the power supply into the AC power that can drive the loudspeaker or the motor, or on a whole it can be called as a load. So DC power na power supply in the draw madi, that will be given to the AC signal voltage or the AC voltage signal, which will be delivered to the load. So the efficiency can be calculated using this formula, that is PAC divided by PDC. That is the power delivered at the output of this power amplifier, that is the power delivered to the load, divided by the power drawn from the power supply, that is the DC power drawn from the power supply. If we come for the classifications of this power amplifier, there are class A, class B, class AB and class C type of this power amplifier. Before looking into that, let us compare this voltage amplifier with a power amplifier. The primary function of this voltage amplifier is just to increase the voltage of the input signal. But the output of this single voltage amplifier is not capable to drive the loudspeaker or the motor. So what we are going to do is, we are going to use a power amplifier anta ನಾವು ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So the power amplifier helps in increasing the power of the input signal. Voltage amplifier nalli only the voltage of the input signal will be increased, whereas in this power amplifier the power of the input signal will be increased. But the input for this power amplifier has to be in terms of volts, not in millivolts or microvolts. So sensors inda baruvanthaddu athwa microphone inda baruvanthaddu, all these voltages are very very small, that is it will be in terms of millivolts or microvolts. So hagagi those millivolts or microvolts cannot be directly given into a loudspeaker. That is the main reason why we are using this voltage amplifier preceding this power amplifier. So directly that microphone output voltage or instrumental output voltage will be given to the first amplifier. This voltage amplifier will increase the voltage level of these input signal, and that signal will be converted in terms of voltage which can be given as the input for this power amplifier. So voltage amplifier nalli bari voltage increase agtade, whereas in power amplifier the power of the input signal will be increased, which is very much essential in today's science and technology. Because in order to drive any particular load or in order to drive any loudspeaker or a simple motor, the power of that particular signal has to be very very high. So this power amplifier plays a major role in today's amplifier circuit or in today's multi-stage amplifier circuit. Now let us see the different classifications of these power amplifiers. Classification of power amplifiers. These power amplifiers are broadly classified into 4 types, that is class A, class B, class C and class AB. These power amplifiers are classified into class A, B, C and AB depending upon on which place the cue point is selected on the output characteristics of a transistor. If I am going to plot the output characteristics of a transistor, we are going to take VCE on the x-axis and IC on the y-axis. For different values of the base current, we are going to get the output characteristic curve, which is something like this. For different IB values, that is the base current value, let me consider this as the base current 1, IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4 and so on. For different base current values, we are going to plot a curve taking VCE on the x-axis and IC on the y-axis. In this particular characteristics curve, we will be having 3 different regions. One is called as the cutoff region, the saturation region, the other one is the active region. So the region, this region will be called as the cutoff region, and this region will be called as the saturation region, and this central region will be called as the active region. Here we are going to draw a DC load line, that is nothing but the straight line drawn in the output characteristics curve of a transistor. This straight line gives me 2 points, one on the x-axis, the other one on the y-axis. We have seen regarding this in detail in the second chapter. Here this DC load line will intersect the output characteristics at different points. E point alli intersect ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, E point alli intersect ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So in 4 different places this DC load line is intersecting the characteristics curve. So when I want our transistor to work as an amplifier, we are going to select a cue point. This itself is called as a cue point. We are going to select a cue point which will be present exactly at the center of the active region. Adu cue point nange center of active region alli select madkondre our transistor will be working as an amplifier. When I want our transistor to work as a switch, that too in the cutoff mode anta helidaga, that too in the switch off state anta helidaga, we are going to select a cue point in the cutoff region. Ade switch on position alli nanu use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು transistor anta helidaga, we are going to select cue point in the saturation region. We have studied this in detail in the second chapter itself. So why I am repeating this again is, to understand this class A, B, C and AB, we have to be very much clear with the characteristics of the transistor. So what is this class A power amplifier anta helidre? We are going to select a cue point exactly at the center of the load line. This is a load line. So load line du center position alli nanu cue point na select madkondre, then we can call that power amplifier as a class A power amplifier. Let me draw the characteristics curve of a transistor once again. I am having a DC load line over here. So this region is the cutoff region, this is the saturation region, and this straight line is a load line. Let me consider this as the Q point that is present exactly at the center of the load line or at the center of the active region. So let me call this particular point as VCEQ and this as ICQ. These are the different base current values, IB1, IB2, IB3 and IB4. As and when the input signal which is to be amplified is varying, that is input signal ನಾನು apply ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, that is sinusoidal in nature. So as and when this input signal is varying, the base current will also vary. So we can draw the input signal. To draw that particular input signal, we have to draw a perpendicular line for this DC load line. So this is the input signal what I am applying. Let me call this as IB max and this as IB minimum. That is, the base current will vary between these 2 points. So initially 0 in the IB max tanka increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, IB max in the decrease ಆಗಿ it reach up to IB minimum and again it starts increasing. So when I want to plot this particular graph, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ and project that towards the x-axis and towards the y-axis, these points, ಯಾವ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಡಿ ಸಿ ಲೋಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಟಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕರ್ವ್ನ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ we are going to get a curve something like this. So in this particular diagram, all of the input signal is appearing at the output signal. This is the output voltage which is measured across the collector and the emitter, and this is the collector current. That is, all of the input signal is appearing at the output. Output ನಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ input signal appear ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. There is no distortion. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ distortion ಇಲ್ಲ. That is, the collector current angle is got for the entire 360 degree of the input cycle. So only first half cycle, that is only positive half cycle na ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ that is 180 degree of the input cycle ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ again that is another 180 degree. If I am going to consider the entire one cycle, then it is 360 degree. So we are going to get the output collector current at an angle of 360 degree of the input cycle. And for the full cycle of the input, I am going to get the full cycle at the output signal. So class A anta helidre, we are going to select a Q point which will be present exactly at the center of the load line. There will be no distortion in the output signal. Distortion anta helidre, none of the input signals part will be eliminated at the output side. ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಏನು ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ಥರ ನನಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೂಡ ವೇರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಎ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್. ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ us see what is called as the class B amplifier. So this is the output characteristics of a transistor. To understand this class B type of power amplifier, we are going to select the Q point in the cutoff region, or the width between this IB1 curve and the x-axis is very very small. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಸೊ IB1, the region below this IB1 is nothing but the cutoff region. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು Q ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನ ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ದ ಕಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಜನ್ ನಾನು x-axis ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ input voltage which will be varying sinusoidally like this. Input voltage ನನಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಸೈನಿಸಾಯ್ಡಲ್ ಆಗಿ ವೇರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೇಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು obtain the output voltages, what I am going to get is, this is the curve which is extended towards the y-axis, and this will be extended towards the x-axis. Curve anta ಬರಿಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ only the positive half cycle will be get and the negative half cycle will be completely eliminated. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಾಗ we are going to get only the positive half cycle and the negative half cycle will be eliminated because the negative half cycle comes in the region what is called as the cutoff region. In the cutoff region, our transistor will be acting like a off switch. So whatever the signals that comes in the cutoff region, that will be completely eliminated. So we are going to get the output for this class B amplifier only for the positive half cycle or only for 180 degree of the input cycle. So ಬರೀ ಒಂದನ cycle ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ that is 180 degree, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು cycle ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ that is separate 180 degree. So in this particular diagram we are going to get the output only for the 180 degree of the input cycle, that is the conduction angle of this class B, that is our power amplifier will be working only for 180 degree of the input signal. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ class B amplifier ನಲ್ಲಿ we are going to select the Q point exactly at the cutoff line or at the cutoff region. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಸೈಕಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೈಕಲ್ is completely distorted, is completely eliminated. If I want another half cycle ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅದೇ ತರ amplifier setup ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ in which the positive half cycles will be distorted and only the negative half cycles will be got. So with the combination of this circuit and the other circuit we are going to get the complete cycle at the output side of the collector. So class B ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ only for 180 degree conduction angle of the input cycle we are going to get the output. The other half cycle will be eliminated. If we are going to use such pair of circuits, that is ಇದೇ ಥರ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು circuit ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು together if I am going to give the output of that particular circuit to the load, then that load will be turned on for the entire cycle. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So this is class B type of power amplifier. The next one is class C amplifier. So in order to understand this class C type of power amplifier, we are already having the output characteristics of a transistor. So in this class C type of amplifier, we are going to select a Q point below the x-axis. So this is the x-axis, but the Q point will be located below the x-axis. Now in order to give the input cycle or the input signal, let me draw the curve like this, input signal. So the input signal has to be traced, but here the cutoff region comes here itself and the output signal will be here. So if I am going to draw a graph, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ cutoff region ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ, Q point here and another line is here, but only until the cutoff region is reached the output signal will be produced. That is, the output signal has to be like this, but there is a lot of distortion. Only a small portion of the input signal will be appearing at the output. ಅದೇ ಥರ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಕೂಡ only a small portion of the input signal. So ಈ ಥರ ನನಗೆ input signal in the output generate ಆಗೋದು, but only a small portion of the input signal will be appearing at the output side and the remaining will be completely distorted. That is, the output of this class C type of power amplifier nalli the conduction angle will be less than 180 degree. Will be less than 180 degree ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ this is the 180 line. ಇಷ್ಟುನು ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ 180 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, but the output is produced only for a small portion of the input cycle, so the conduction angle is very much less than 180 degree ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ the efficiency of this class C amplifier is very large compared to class A and class B type of amplifier circuits. Now let us try to understand the last type of power amplifier, what is called as the class AB type of amplifier. This is the output characteristics of a transistor. In class AB type of amplifier, we are going to select a Q point above the x-axis but below the center of the load line. If I am going to consider this as the center of the load line, here I am going to select a Q point which is above the cutoff region. So for the input cycle, For the input cycle which is varying like this, if I am going to plot a graph, we will be getting the output. We are going to get a graph like this. A small portion of the output signal will be distorted. That is, a cutoff region baro tankanu nange input cycle output nalli appear agta hogutte. But as soon as the cutoff region is reached, that portion of the input cycle will be completely eliminated. For the class AB type of amplifier, the conduction angle is more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. Class A nalli the entire input cycle will be appearing at the output. Class B nalli only half of the cycle will be appearing at the output. So class AB, which is a combination of both A and B type of power amplifier, the conduction angle in this class AB is more than this B but less than this class A. So the conduction angle lies between 180 degree and the 360 degree. ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು extend ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು, for which we are going to get a graph like this. This portion of the input cycle will be completely distorted or it will be completely eliminated. So these are the different types of power amplifiers, that is class A, class B, C and AB. Depending upon the selection of the point, that is the Q point, these power amplifiers are classified into A, B, AB and C. But the efficiency of this class AB lies between A and B. That is, the efficiency of class AB is more than A but less than B. But one thing what we can observe in this power amplifier, in these different types of power amplifier, as and when the Q point is shifting away from the center of the load line, then the efficiency of increase agta hogutte. Even though the conduction angle of this class A amplifier is 360 degree, that is, the entire input signal is appearing at the output side, the efficiency of this class A is very small compared to class C, where the output signal will be less than 180 degree. Only a small portion, purti positive half cycle and some portion of the negative half cycle kuda eliminate agirutte. Only a small portion of the input signal will be appearing at the output. The remaining part will be completely distorted or will be completely eliminated. But the class C will be having the much efficiency compared to all these other types of power amplifiers. But this class C type of power amplifiers cannot be used in AF amplifiers. AF amplifiers anta helidre audio frequency amplifiers. That is, whatever we are going to speak, that is, audio signals will lie in the range of 20 Hz to 20 kHz. So ಆ frequency ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರುವಂತ signals ನ ನಾನು amplify ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ class C amplifiers ನ ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Instead, wherever the tuning is necessary, that is radio frequency signals, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ frequency ಬೇಕೋ ಆ frequencyಗೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ಯೂನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. So in such type of amplifier circuits, we are going to use this class C type of power amplifiers. Clear? Now it's time to have a look on part 2 of this session. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the session. In this session, we are going to see what is called as a sensor. So what exactly is the meaning of a sensor? It is nothing but a device or a module or a machine or a subsystem whose purpose is to detect events or changes in the environment and send that information to other electronic circuit, which can be a computer processor. It is always used along with other electronic circuits. The output is generally a signal that is converted to human readable display at the sensor location or transmitted electronically over a network for reading or for further processing. So if you look at this picture, we are having a sensor for which there is an input, what is called as physical parameters. So whenever there is change in the physical parameter, this sensor senses that changes and produces the corresponding output. Sensor converts stimuli such as heat, light, sound and motion into electrical signals. These signals are passed through an interface that converts them into a binary code and passes this onto a computer which is to be processed. Is there a need for the sensor? Yes. Sensors are omnipresent, that is, it is present everywhere. They are embedded in automobiles, airplanes, cellular telephones, radios, chemical plants, industrial plants, and countless other applications. In today's world, without the use of sensors, there would be no automation. So let me conclude this part at this point. In the next session, I'll be coming with the different types of sensors. Thank you. So in this session, we saw what is the power amplifier and how these power amplifiers are classified, and we also understood the different types of power amplifiers, that is class A, class B, class C and class AB. In the next session, I'll be coming with a new topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.